Tonight at 5, another long day in court with several delays and disruptions by Darrell Brooks. As his trial continues, we'll take you to the courtroom.
Plus, we're learning more about a homecoming prank that took a bad turn in Baraboo last night, how a school district employee is involved.
And as we near the midterm elections, we're going to see a lot more political ads. Political reporter Will Keneally explains why there's not much we can do to change that. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Don't interrupt me. I'm going to continue with these proceedings. Even though you're mild-mannered, even though you're speaking in a soft tone of voice, the conduct still has the same effect. And that's to disrupt, to delay, and to show disrespect for the court proceedings.
It is not. It is not my
Mr. Brooks, please.
After constant interruptions, delays, and a frustrated judge, opening statements have now started in the Darrell Brooks trial.
The judge removed Brooks from the courtroom twice today. Brady Mallory shows us why and what the prosecution has to say about Brooks' delay tactics. Brady?
Well, it's been a long day for a complicated case that includes 76 criminal charges against Brooks. Throughout the day, Brooks has been yelling, arguing with the judge, and he even took off his shirt when he was sent to another courtroom. Here's a recap. The judge was attempting to get through procedural notes before the jury was called into the courtroom when she removed Brooks. Now, she also removed him during jury selection for similar outbursts this week. Today, Brooks tried arguing with the judge that she was disrespecting his First Amendment rights. She says that doesn't mean he can continue interrupting the trial.
Mr. Brooks, I am giving you some leeway. You continue to talk over me. It's, I'm asking you to follow the rules of civility. Simple rule, sir. Don't interrupt me.
Now, once he was put into that other room, the video feed showed Brooks taking off his shirt while continuing to yell and gesture, but no audio came through the feed because his microphone was muted. The prosecutor weighed in on what Brooks is doing and whether it has any bearing on his mental capacity. She says Brooks is intelligent, coherent, and he knows the issues in the courtroom. Thus, he is competent to proceed in the trial.
Brady, thank you. And as the trial continues, you can follow the latest updates and watch a live stream on Channel 3000 and also on our YouTube and Facebook pages and on channel3000.com.
And tonight at 10, we'll hear from a local legal expert who will break down what, if anything, can be done about Brooks' conduct in the courtroom.
It'll be a chilly end to the work week tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is on the weather patio with the latest. Gary?
It's already turning cooler out here, and tonight we'll look for some frost, but even a better chance for frost tomorrow night. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. You can see a band of clouds coming through with some very light showers earlier, but now those clouds are breaking up to our north and to our west. The showers are now across Illinois, even a couple of thunderstorms into the Chicago area, but as we zoom into southern Wisconsin, it looks like the showers have exited the state to the south and east, and the rainfall didn't amount to very much. Areas north of Madison, maybe around 1/10 of an inch of rain. South of that area, probably even less. We had just a couple 100s here at the station. Current temperatures are still around 61 in Madison, but to the north and west, those temperatures are already dropping into the 50s. Looking across Dane County, temperatures range from 63 degrees in Edgerton to 61 degrees in Waunakee and 60 in Cross Plains. For this evening, look for skies become partly cloudy. Temperatures will drop off pretty quickly into the upper 40s by late evening as the winds die down. Again, we'll see some frost tonight, but a better chance for that tomorrow. I'll have more in the forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. A homecoming prank took a bad turn last night. It led to 3 men, not students, under arrest in Baraboo.
Police tell us those men forced 4 high school students out of a car and held them against their will. Making things worse, one of the men is a school district employee. Our Arman Rahman is live on the street where this happened. Arman?
Eric and Susan, the Baraboo superintendent told me one of the men arrested is in fact the district's activities director, a man named Jim Langkamp. He lives on this cul-de-sac here, and yeah, Eric and Susan, the Baraboo superintendent told me one of the men arrested is the district's activities director, a man named Jim Langkamp. He lives on this cul-de-sac and was one of several homeowners who were involved, one of them upset over students deciding to TP the neighborhood. And you can still see toilet paper on some of the trees and strewn about around here. Now, here's what we do know about what happened. At about 10:30, police got a call from one of the students saying that he and others were TPing when they were forced out of their car on Tandem Trail. A lieutenant told me the kids feared for their lives. They told police one of the men was holding a torch-like device.
We don't know what that is because we haven't been able to recover what was being used. Some witness statements said it was a torch-like device. Some witness statements said it was like a flamethrower. We don't know what it was. So something that had some sort of flame come out of the end of it.
Again, District Superintendent Rainey Briggs confirmed that Activities Director Jim Langkamp was one of the men police arrested. We're identifying him only right now because he's a public figure here, but none of them have been charged at this time. And Briggs told me that Langkamp has not faced any disciplinary action in the past. They're waiting until the investigation concludes before taking any further steps. We'll hear from that superintendent at 6. For now, live in Baraboo, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
All right, Armand, thank you. Bail has been set for the man accused of threatening students at a UW-Madison dorm. 20-year-old David Clash Miller was arrested last week for making the threats and resisting arrest. Clash Miller's first court appearance was rescheduled for today after he refused to participate in last week's original hearing. Clash Miller was heard saying the charges were bogus and false. His bail was set at $13,000.
Well, the words and quotes now written on many of Madison's ballot drop boxes aren't the mayor's words, but they might as well be.
Today, Satya Rhodes Conway shared her strong, although not surprising, stance on the ruling which made those boxes illegal. Catherine Merck shows us what that is.
Once covered in the colors of Madison's flag, blue and white, these ballot drop boxes offer a crystal clear message in black and white.
In the face of the big lie, we would try and put out a message about the truth.
The state Supreme Court ruled this summer that ballot drop boxes are illegal. But Madison left its boxes up and figured there could still be a use for them. The city's artistic director tapped New York-based artist Jenny Holzer to put a historical touch on them.
I mean, Sojourner Truth is one of the most important Black women in our history. She was a big advocate for voting rights and for human rights. And so to be able to use her words, you know, this much later and have them still present a message of hope is really powerful and symbolic to me.
Though there are just a few words on these boxes, the mayor told me it says a lot about her stance on the Wisconsin Supreme Court ruling.
The thing about the ballot drop boxes is that they were an option that worked best for some people. You know, we have heard stories from folks who have mobility issues, and this was an easy and close option for them. You know, rather than just going quietly into the night, we wanted to make a statement about that.
On top of a statement about voting rights, the boxes state where people can now legally cast a ballot. A month away from the November election, city leaders hope these dark colors serve the opposite effect, shining light on rights the city of Madison's leaders say deserve to be seen.
It's a reminder to all of us that, you know, we have to work for our democracy. We have to keep it going and keep protecting our rights.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
The city says Jenny Holzer did the work for free as the art is part of her political message. The mayor says all 14 boxes across the city will feature the artwork this week.
A Wisconsin judge has ruled voters can no longer cancel their original absentee ballots and cast a new one in what's known as ballot spoiling. A lawsuit challenged the guidance issued to more than 1,800 local election clerks by the State Elections Commission. It detailed how the clerks could spoil an absentee ballot at the request of the voter after it's already been returned. The judge, Brad Schimmel, who was Attorney General from 2015 to 2019, ordered the Election Commission to rescind its guidance. He also denied a request to put his oral ruling on hold. Governor Evers of the Department of Workforce Development visited DeForest and Wausau today to share a few updates on Wisconsin's apprenticeship program. Right now, more than 15,000 apprentices are in the registered program. The governor says it's helped bring the state's infrastructure and roads into the 21st century and also helped reduce unemployment. Over the last year, Governor Evers and the state have invested more than $150 million in workforce solutions to address needs for skilled workers and broke down barriers that could have helped keep people out of the workplace. A long nightmare of pandemic unemployment issues is not over for one Madison wedding photographer couple even 2.5 years later.
News 3 Now's investigates Naomi Coles continues her coverage tonight of people battling the state, plunged into massive debt, and now in this case fighting claims they took benefits fraudulently as well. That's even though the state's own judges found they only made honest mistakes with no intent to conceal.
It seems like the state would much rather have had us go out of business because we're being punished, it seems, for having stayed in business.
It's been a nightmare of hearings, appeals, set-aside rulings, and more appeals. Johnny and Michelle's whole story is coming up tonight at 6. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riots has announced a rescheduled date for its next public hearing. It will be next Thursday at noon local time. The committee was originally set to hold a public hearing at the end of September, but it was canceled because of Hurricane Ian. This will be the panel's 10th hearing. It has not been revealed what the topic will be. We will apologize in advance tonight on this one. You're going to see a lot more political ads before November 8th, a lot of them.
It's perhaps easy to blame TV stations like ours for simply being money hungry, but there's actually very little we or anyone can do about it. Political reporter Will Keneally joins us to explain why. Will?
Well, that's right. A lot of these regulations are largely to protect the candidates. They don't want the TV station owners to be able to censor what they say. And just a quick note here that the ads that run on our air are handled by our sales department, which is independent of our newsroom and actually in a different wing of the building. But for those regulations, UW-Madison professor Katie Culver says there's actually an interesting history behind them.
So all of this regulation came from a concern as television was developing, so in the 1930s and 40s.
Back then, regulators feared the amount of power television could have over elections.
They essentially could pick a favored candidate and splash that candidate across their airwaves and really influence the outcomes of elections.
That's when the FCC stepped in and placed regulations on how TV stations could handle candidates.
There's very little that stations can do when it comes to running candidate ads. They have to run them from legally qualified candidates. They can't edit or censor them.
So if a TV station runs one ad for a candidate for governor, for example, they have to allow for all candidates in that race to have the same opportunity. And it's even more restrictive for federal candidates. TV stations can't say no to their ads. And candidates generally have to have equal time on the air, too, with some caveats.
While there's an exception for bona fide news coverage, so the 6 o'clock news on Channel 3 or the For the Record Sunday morning show, those are not covered by the equal time rule.
But if a candidate appears on non-news programming,
in the 2016 primary race for the Republican nomination, Donald Trump actually did an appearance on Saturday Night Live for 12 minutes. And under the equal time rule, NBC had to give 12 minutes to all of the other remaining Republican candidates in the primary.
Yeah, so with all those regulations comes some protections, though, for the stations. Stations can't be sued for the content of the ads if there's slander in them, for example. The candidate who makes the ads would have to be the subject of the suit in that case.
All right, Will, thank you. Temperatures are dropping, and Gary has the latest up next.
Plus, Florida communities have had a long road of recovery ahead. We'll visit one of the hardest hit areas of Hurricane Ian. And later, a local supper club is closed until further notice after a fire caused significant damage. We'll have that story and more tonight at 6.
Stocks fall back at Thursday trading on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average loses more than 346 points. NASDAQ down 75. The S&P loses almost 39. We'll be right back.
If you're thinking it takes a lot of time or money to upgrade your bathroom, then think again. Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler, is your trusted local source for affordable baths, showers, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day with premium patterns like Canyon Rock, Classic Concrete, and San Michele. If you've been putting off updating your bathroom, now's the time to call. It's our Rake in the Fall savings event. Save $500 with interest-free financing for 12 months and get a $25 Restaurant.com gift card with estimate. But call during this program and double your savings. Save $1,000 on a new bath or shower, 24 months interest-free financing, and double it to a $50 Restaurant.com gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Most senators couldn't tell you the cost of a gallon of milk. Thanks, Ruben. Or how much beef has gone up this year. But I'm not like most senators or any of the other millionaires running for Senate. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I know how hard you work. And I know that by bringing manufacturing home, we create jobs and we lower costs. If we want to change Washington, we got to change the people we send there. I'm Mandela Barnes and I approve this message.
Fall is the best time of year to apply grass seed from Menards. Schultz Sun and Shade Grass Seed offers superior resistance to insects, diseases, and droughts, ensuring optimal lawn care performance. All Schultz grass seed is 11% off. Now your furry friends can enjoy your fresh new lawn with innovative products from PetSafe. From pet fences to training collars and more, PetSafe has everything you need to keep your pets safe. Get 11% off all PetSafe products at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
After being ruled illegal to use, the city of Madison makes an artistic statement utilizing the former ballot drop boxes.
News 3 now delves into the meaning behind the new design and its intended goals with Madison's mayor. That's tonight at 6.
A local couple gets unemployment help during the pandemic and ends up accused of fraud.
It seems like the state would much rather have had us go out of business.
Naomi Coles learns what started their nightmare and why they're fighting back. News 3 now investigates tonight at 6.
It has been more than a week since Hurricane Ian slammed Florida, and hundreds of thousands are still feeling lingering effects of the storm, including power outages, tainted water, damaged homes, and lost loved ones.
Gloria Pasmino has more from Fort Myers.
Give me water. I don't need electricity. I have a candle.
For people along the battered Gulf Coast of Florida, it's going to be a long while before things return to normal, as both the cleanup and recovery efforts continue.
We're hopeful that we're going to find individuals alive. There's a lot of wood frame construction here where people may just be trapped.
More than a week since Hurricane Ian left a path of destruction, some people are now dealing with life without electricity, clean water, and damaged homes.
We just have to fix up our yard. But then our neighbors, I mean, that house over there, we know all these people.
According to PowerOutage.us, across the state, close to 200,000 customers are without power as of Thursday afternoon. And people living in more than 22 Florida counties are without clean running water. Boil water notices in place for dozens of areas.
There's a big humanitarian mission here. There's a big public safety mission here.
Meanwhile, other hard-hit regions are taking small steps towards normalcy. In Naples and the rest of Collier County, students returned to school Thursday for the first time in over a week.
They got to go to school, get back to regular routine, and it helps parents out.
And on the decimated island community of Sanibel, residents allowed to return to unrecognizable neighborhoods.
Oh my God, their house is gone.
And as Floridians pick up the pieces of what's left of their homes, their resilience in full display. In Fort Myers, Florida, I'm Gloria Pasmino reporting.
And let's get a look at our weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is here with the forecast. Gary?
Well, 3 things you need to know. Goodbye to that early nice fall weather we had, and say hello to some colder weather. Look for high temperatures in the lower 50s for tomorrow and in the upper 50s for Saturday. So chilly for a couple of days, but downright cold for tomorrow night. Low temperatures dropping to around 32, mean a widespread frost and a potential hard freeze for parts of southern Wisconsin. That should pretty much put the kibosh on the growing season around here. Mild weather, though, returns by early next week. High temperatures get back into the 60s beginning on Sunday and probably lasting through Wednesday of next week. The final dry forecasts are featured game, Belleville at Darlington. And it should be a chilly night for football. Skies will gradually clear. We'll see partly sunny skies before the game, but mostly clear skies by the time the game's end. The winds will lighten up. That'll be good because that just adds a little more of a chill to the air. But temperatures mainly in the 40s, dropping to around 40 by the end of the game means a chilly night for football. On Doppler track, we had a cold front come through with some light showers. You can see that front very clearly with the line of showers racing through parts of northern Illinois, even a couple of thunderstorms in the Chicago area, but a few sprinkles up north. Those will die down pretty quickly once we head beyond sunset. Now, already for tomorrow night, there are freeze watches in effect for parts of eastern Iowa and northwestern Illinois. For tonight, freeze warnings and frost advisories for areas farther out to the west. Weather track across the Midwest shows the jet stream sagging to the south and also coming in from the northwest, in fact, downright from the north, from central Canada into the north central part of the country. That's what's bringing in the colder air. Temperatures still 61 in Madison, but already in the 40s in northern Wisconsin, and those temperatures will continue to drop off pretty quickly compared to 24 hours ago. You can see the drop to the north and west, almost 25 to 30 degrees across the upper part of the Midwest. As we check out your forecast, planning your night tonight, skies will turn partly cloudy. Winds will still be brisk enough to prevent a widespread frost tonight. Low temperature 36 in Middleton and Madison, 39 in Monona, and 39 in Oregon. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, down to about freezing in Camp Douglas. That's par for the course because they've seen their growing season pretty much end. 36 in Baraboo, 41 in Lone Rock, and 40 for the low temperature in Janesville. For tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies, but even colder than today. High temperature topping out at 52 degrees. And as we look at future track, you can see those skies clearing out overnight. And then by Friday, look for partly sunny skies and temperatures that will probably top out somewhere in the lower 50s for Friday. Again, down to 32 for Friday night into Saturday morning with that widespread frost and a hard freeze possible. 57 on Saturday. Back up to mid-60s for Sunday, low 60s for Monday, and then there's 70 on Tuesday, but a few showers Tuesday night into Wednesday along the next cold front. That'll drop temperatures back into the 50s for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next weekend. Maybe a couple of showers by Sunday of next weekend. And just a reminder, Coats for Kids ends this Saturday. Make sure you bring your gently used coats, mittens, scarves, hats, snow pants into any area Clinky Cleaners location by Saturday. They will get them cleaned up and sent out to the Community Action Coalition. Looks like the distribution will be right at the end of October to pick up those gently used coats and gloves. As we check out first warn traffic right now, well, things are pretty good on the Beltline. Just a few minor slowdowns. The usual one around Monona Drive and a little bit of a slowdown westbound looking into the sun as we head into the area around Fish Hatchery Road. Right now at about a 16-minute trip either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, 24 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. 16 minutes Middleton to Sauk City on US 12. Downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue and US 151 takes you 19 minutes. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Design your dream bathroom with Mad City Baths. Beautiful American-made baths and showers that are easy to clean, infused with microban antimicrobial protection, installed in as little as 1 day.
It was all very, very professional. Very professional. I really appreciate that the craftsmanship was terrific. It was top of the line, and I just really liked it.
So make the call. It's our Rake in the Fall savings event. Save $500 with interest-free financing for 12 months and get a $25 restaurant.com gift card with estimate. But call during this program and double your savings. Save $1,000 on a new bath or shower. 24 months interest-free financing and double it to a $50 restaurant.com gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Mandela Barnes is spreading a lot more than just peanut butter. Barnes didn't pay thousands in property taxes on his Milwaukee condo, bought with family money. While not paying property taxes, Barnes bought a second condo, went to Vegas, even sat courtside for a Bucks game. Asked about his unpaid taxes, Barnes said,
It's Juneteenth. Yeah, hey, it's Juneteenth. They want to talk about property tax.
Now Barnes wants to talk about peanut butter. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Ken Pearrett, and this is my John Deere. We run about 3,000 acres of crop ground and 100 head of beef cattle. Number one thing that stands out when it comes to Sloan's is service. And we had some issues with the new ExactEmerge planter, and Kyle himself, the store manager, and one of the lead mechanics on the planters, came down on a Sunday afternoon, and they got us going. And that's going above and beyond. And that's why I think Sloan's first.
Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times for sexual assault and harassment in the workplace. But he says
people love working at Michaels.
Women said they were groped, assaulted, and pressured to have sex with their bosses.
We have a great work culture.
Higher-ups called the women liars and fired those who spoke out. So when he says this,
we have a great work culture,
know that the culture comes from the top.
The culture wars never lowered the cost of anything, and overturning Roe v. Wade won't take a single criminal off the street. But Tim Michaels has a culture war agenda. He'd ban abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest, and jail doctors who perform them. And he said gay people shouldn't leave their house. That's his agenda. Tony Evers has a real plan to fire up the economy, create good-paying jobs, and get things done. That's the right plan for Wisconsin.
As western states like California deal with historic drought, an Australian company has tapped into an innovative solution by growing water suitable for drinking and agriculture.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. Botanical Water Technologies recently partnered with a California tomato grower that makes tomato paste and ketchup. The natural byproduct of that process is water, which until now just went down the drain.
Plants, fruit and vegetables, sugarcane are often 95% water. So if we can find a way to harvest that water that naturally occurs in plants, then we've found a new source of water.
And they have. They trap the water from what they grow, purify it, and then can send it through pipelines, or they can truck it to where it's needed. They say one factory can produce up to 250 million gallons of water in just 90 days. Pretty interesting. We'll be right back.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store today and get ultimate discounts. Clearance items are up to 78% off. Plus, get a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
Still living with that old bathroom from the 70s, 80s, or 90s? Dated colors, stains you can't get rid of? Then call Mad City Baths. Bring your bathroom up to date with a new walk-in shower with modern colors and patterns, infused with Microban antimicrobial protection for easy cleaning. Add shelves, grab bars, and handhelds. Or choose an easy access walk-in tub with relaxing hydrotherapy. It's our Rake in the Fall savings event. Save $500 with interest-free financing for 12 months and get a $25 restaurant.com gift card with estimate. But last chance to call during this program and double your savings. Save $1,000 on a new bath or shower. 24 months interest-free financing, and double it to a $50 restaurant.com gift card with your free estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Hi, I'm Susan. I'm from Wisconsin, and I am a Republican. Tim Michaels is way too extreme for Wisconsin, and that is a huge concern in the state. Another consideration for Tim Michaels is that he would overturn Wisconsin's vote in the 2020 election. That is another mark against Tim Michaels. I think he's too extreme for this state.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything, like your future in-laws?
Hope you like cats.
I hope your parents like me. They're whispering.
The kitties like her.
Can they tell I'm allergic? Tears of joy.
Welcome to the family.
Like knowing where you stand? When it comes to your credit score, you can with Wells Fargo.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson.
I'm Sheriff Eric Severson.
We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes.
Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over $600,000 of your money on police protection for himself.
Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists.
Take it from us.
Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Ashley's Ultimate Sale is going on now. Shop in store and get the ultimate mattress discounts. Get 55% off select Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, buy any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get $300 in free furniture. Don't miss these ultimate savings. Only at Ashley.
Halloween is just a few weeks away. People across the country are already stocking up on candy. And according to candystore.com, this year, Wisconsin's top sweet treat is Butterfingers.
All right, the site released an interactive map, you just saw that, showing all 50 states' most bought Halloween candy, and nationwide the top 5 most popular candies are Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Skittles, M&M's, followed by Starburst and Hot Tamales. Americans are expected to spend around $3.1 billion on Halloween candy this year. Gary, your favorite?
Probably Mars bars.
Mars bar. Man, can you get those anymore?
You can see how long it's been since I went trick-or-treating. Here's the live view from the WISC Sky Camp. Skies are starting to clear out here.
All right, Gary. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News coming your way next. Stay tuned.